Hey guys, welcome back to Spire. Today we'll talk about 4 of the most disgusting Dr. Pimple Popper moments ever. Let's head into it. Pop is life. If you're a part of Dr. Sandra Lee's pimple popping community of squeezeaholics who love to watch the famous dermatologist squeeze zits or pop cysts, then you already know the satisfaction of a good blackhead. We admit all pimple popping videos are oddly satisfying, but there's just something special about a blackhead extraction. You laugh, you cry, you gasp, all in one video. Over the years, Dr. Pimple Popper has shared some really good pops, like really good ones, from uploading unbelievable squeezes to YouTube or Instagram, or sharing on her TLC reality show Dr. Pimple Popper. Popaholics certainly get the fair share of blackhead content from Dr. Lee. Number 1. At the start of 2021, Dr. Pimple Popper squeezed mashed potatoes out of a man's neck cyst. On the season 5 premiere of her TLC show, Dr. Pimple Popper, the celebrity dermatologist saw a man named Juan, whose body was covered in golf ball-sized boils. Juan noticed the bumps when he was 13. They only increased in number and size over the years, which led to him getting bullied at school. He eventually dropped out. Juan said he'd seen other doctors for his condition. Many were afraid to touch him once they saw the extent of his growths. They drained Juan's growths, but they grew back a few months later. To start, Lee went after Juan's largest cyst, which was the size of a grapefruit, on the back of Juan's neck. She numbed the area and then cut it open, and an off-white chunky liquid gushed out. Dr. Pimple Popper also treated the man with a rare genetic disorder that left painful, embarrassing, and bleeding-prone bumps around his nose and eyes. Number 2.
This one's about the size of a golf ball. I had more down here.
On the second episode of Dr. Pimple Popper this year, Lee saw another man, also named Juan. Juan had tuberous sclerosis, a condition that can cause growths both inside and outside the body. These growths can lead to other conditions like cognitive disabilities, heart problems, and in Juan's case, epileptic seizures. He's been taking medication to control the seizures since he turned 10. Dr. Pimple Popper used a small surgical blade, cauterizing pen, scissors, and her fingers to gently remove bumps around Juan's eyes and nose. Number 3.
Sacco?
Yep. Sometimes they're stuck to you a little bit. That was satisfying. All right, there's that one.
Twin sisters Tracy and Stacy saw Dr. Pimple Popper for their matching pillar cysts on the scalps. The twins came to see Dr. P after they both developed multiple golf ball-sized lumps on their scalps. "I just want a normal life, to go out in public and have not people stare at me," Stacy said. Dr. P identified their growths as pillar cysts, protein-filled sacs that are non-cancerous and not genetic. To treat Stacy and Tracy, Dr. Pimple Popper sliced through each of their cysts with a surgical blade and then squeezed out their oatmeal-like insides. Pops worth mentioning. During her Christmas television special, A Pimple Carol, Dr. P treated a 35-year-old named Omar, who had a tangerine-sized bump on his forehead since 2008. Lee first thought Omar had a lipoma, but soon realized he had a cyst, a growth that's filled with keratin, a protein found in skin cells. Once Dr. P sliced through the cyst, he said it resembled a snowball. Lee then used scissors and tweezers to gently remove the cyst lining from the fibers that held it in place, and stitch the area up to heal. In June, Dr. Pimple Popper shared a video where she used a blade to slice through a cyst center. She said she made the incision as small as possible to avoid a large scar on the man's face. Lee squeezed around the incision and a thick gray substance erupted from its small chunks. She grabbed the pus, made up of trapped dead skin cells, and removed it from the man's cheek right away so it wouldn't come into contact with his mouth. Number 4.
I don't know, jelly or Jello or something in there.
The location of it is right on my spine and down the middle.
On YouTube, Lee uploaded a video of her treatment for an apple-sized